For those that want to see this tearing down of the 25 horsepower, I skipped ahead a lot like I always do. This is the second block that I'm tearing apart. This is the one that blew up. It has the big crack in it. The good one is over here. That's the one we're going to try to restore. We're going to take all the pieces out of this one to get it going. So I started taking apart the exhaust plate, but some of these are seized really good, so I may end up just breaking some of them, drilling some of them out. I don't need any of this, but I was going to save the plate because you never know, I might need a metal piece underneath it. Figure I'll salvage what I can, but not necessary to come off. The reed plate was here, stuck by one screw. On top of the reed plate was the manifold, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 7/16 bolts. That comes off. That's down there. That's down there. And so that's off. So now you got these Allen bolts here holding on. Well, that and the half-inch size nuts, bolts 1, 2, 3, all along the outside. That's holding the casing on. That and these two middle ones are the main holding the block together. And then you got your pin, which I will take out now, and then theoretically it's almost done. Get this bracket off. I got a bolt tightened behind that. I don't go as far as putting everything in bags like I should. I have a box. I have a box, and through the process of elimination, pick what bolt. It's pretty stupid because it'd be so much easier to just label everything in bags, but don't have time for the bags. Besides, it makes it more like a puzzle. It's not even the right size. I'm just so lazy. I don't want to wrench or use my fingers. In the box. 7:30 seconds on the Allen bolt. I don't have that cool fast forward feature that all the better people have. I can make it go a little faster, but nothing super speedy, so I'll just have to edit. You guys don't watch me take out bolts. Oof, biggies. Big long mofos. Okay, now I should have some pins. I see them. A couple tools I bought. They come in really handy for stuff like this. They're pin hole punchers. And I bought a set on eBay. I bought a set on Amazon over here, but they're skinny and round. They broke every time I used them. So I went to Harbor Freight. I picked up this set of like solid metal. I don't know. They haven't broken on me yet, and they've been a lifesaver. So if you're looking for a hole pin punch set, which so far they've only been in use for hitting the roll pin out of a drive shaft for one of the smaller motors, and hitting the pins out of these blocks over here. So I'm gonna keep my hands clean again. And you can use a screwdriver, but you know the tip flip falls off. It's not efficient. It doesn't work. It's not the right tool. And that's one of my pet peeves is not having the right tool for the job, because you try to fake stuff and and then you get frustrated because things aren't working your way. When the right tool for the job, big bang boom, you're done in 2 seconds. So we're gonna punch this out. Bing. Bing-a-da bang-a-da boom-a-da. A little bit of force, but it comes straight out. I remember fighting with that thing for like an hour with a screwdriver. A waste of my life. Okay, the other one's at the top here. That way, sometimes these smaller motors, you could bang it right into a spot where you can't get it out. Oh, there it is, right in front of me. Per usual. Okay. I was just gonna say it should come off. I was gonna bang it with the rubber mallet, and it scared me half to death. Okay. I got duplicates of everything here, so with the exception of the block itself, we're gonna pick the better part and run with it. Although I'd like to keep that half from the original because they were forged together. Not that I really know what that means. And so the main goal here is to find out how the cylinders are, or not the cylinders, the pistons. Tops are super heavy, what do you call, carbon belted. But so the block's apart. The only thing I need now is to label. Okay. Here's where I'm learning the hard way. Now, again, I don't know what's going to happen with these other two motors over here, the 7.5 and a 5.5. We're hoping that the rod caps, it's not going to matter. This matters. Okay, because there's roller pins underneath. This cap has to match that connecting rod. This cap has to match this connecting rod. And when you put it together, there has to be smooth, not a single lip between it. It's literally got to feel like one piece of metal, and it's amazing how it is. Like you can't rub your fingernail, you can't touch nothing. It's pretty amazing if you think about it, the whatever you call it. I'm just gonna flip the block up here just to see how it's supposed to go, you know. And even though they're two separate pieces, you can take a razor blade, you can take the thinnest thing ever. Listen, you're not catching nothing. It's got to be as if it was one piece of metal. So we're gonna grab, first things first. Papa freaks all the honeys. No, that is not what this channel is about. Although if I get to 1,000 subscribers, we'll make it that way. I'll wrap in every dang video. Okay, so top one, T. T for 2 and 2 for T, or just T for top. And then, make your life easier, put a mark down the side. Can you see that? Barely. Yeah, put a like a white mark so that you know this side of the rod cap goes on this side. Yeah, don't do it on both sides, that would be stupid. Now, top, and we're rotating, and we're rotating, and we're rotating. Okay, now, bottom, B for bottom, 2 for T, no, it doesn't work. B. B. Now, do that to everything here. So I know what side goes to what. That's it. Now, I'm working on 3 blocks at the same time. I know they say finish one project before you begin another, but when you're ordering parts for these vintage outboards, it takes if everything's on eBay, so you can pay to have them shipped quicker, but most times you gotta wait a week. I'm waiting on gaskets on the one. I'm waiting on this for the other. And then the size on the rod cap is 3/16. But you already knew that. No leverage, everything's moving. I'll have to remember that when I take these down. They are tight. I'm not sure. I know there's what do you call it? A torque specification for those. I have a cheapy torque wrench. The one with doesn't have a clicker. It doesn't have a beeping sound on the battery. So the rod caps come out, and they have the roller bearings with them, and then a carrier. So, I don't know if you can see it. So there's the rod cap with the nut, the bolt. It comes with all the pins. And then also a carrier. That's a lot of pieces to put back together and also keep track of. Make sure they don't fall. If you're using like I'm not using this block, but if you're putting stuff back together, make sure that one doesn't sneak its way in there and you leave it and you really get screwed. Putting this back together is going to be fun. By fun, I mean kill me. So all of this stuff I just took off. You know what? This I will put in bags. Because I have the other block has all of the piston, rod, cap, and divots all on the bench because I can't use the pistons, they're shot. But I can use the connecting rods. But the pieces and the hardware are still there. So my goal is to use these pistons, so if I could save these hardware and keep this hardware nice, we'll use these pistons and hardware. Hell, I might even use this crank. And I'll put the new crank in the old one. This way at least I know this crank and these all went together at one point. Maybe it'll increase my chance of success here. I think that's exactly what we're gonna do. Now, I got the bag. This is top. Put the T on it. I have another bag. We're gonna put the bottom in the bottom. Yeah. Cool. The difference with this 25 horsepower and the 5.5 and the 7.5 that I'm working on, both of those were kind of like gimmies. So if they run, it's a plus. If they don't, it's no harm, no foul. I want this motor has to run. It has to run because I want a 25 horsepower for my deep V-hole boat that just doesn't go anywhere with any other motor. I had an 18 horsepower once and the thing flew, but it was just me on the boat. So if I get some friends out there, I want to move. I'm sick of crawling. Sick of coming to a crawl when I'm on one of the major waterways over here in Jersey. It's time to up my game. And I don't got the money to buy brand new shit. So that's what we got. Cheap power, they say. I believe they call it cheap power. This crank should just come off. The crank should just come out. And it does. Looks pretty... Oh, that's the bearings on out of there. So it's got some... There's a lot of parts to this that I'm not familiar with. Oh, I see another bearing and another seal here. I don't know if that comes apart or just stays. Looks like it just stays. Some rubber O-rings which will be replaced. I don't want to ruin this because I might need this crank. So, cool. Crank's out. Yay. Very nice. Good looking crank. No obvious signs of problems. But we'll see. Collect the top bearings, the top roll pins. Put them in the top roll pin bag, which I now hid. And then the bottom. Pistons should come out. Yes, they should. Check out what we're working with. It's too bad because you can feel the block. The pistons move up and down so freely. It's just that one cylinder, it just overheated and cracked, and now one whole compression. But you can tell that the block itself is it's really a shame. Okay, pistons out, and the verdict. This is what I was afraid of. We are gonna need a new piston. Yeah, no. I was gonna use it. I was gonna try. It didn't look like it was that bad, but because there is some obvious scoring here. See if I can get some light on for you. Okay. There was some like minimal scoring, like some scratches here, but then as you get here, you can see the groove. Big nasty groove. No good. Maybe the rings. The rings could be okay. Connecting rod 100% definitely. But we are going to need a new piston. To eBay I go. That's a little heartbreaking. Let's see how the other one is. Maybe just one. Pitting. But a nice scar. Pitting, but a nice scar nonetheless. Two of them. 1, 2. This one has a better chance of being salvageable. However, like I said, I want to get going here. I gotta get something. It's a shame too because the inside's flawless. Everything except for the block itself and the outside of the pistons are flawless. But that's what overheating does. It permanently damages stuff. You'll see a gouge there. You can see that. And then as you rotate it, there's another gouge here. That's 2. They're just toast. I mean, if you reuse them, you just, it's like such a waste. It sucks. Okay. Live and learn. Everything else is flawless. Everything else is perfect. Smooth operator. Ding, 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 ding. Rings are good. Rings are solid. I don't know what the tolerances are on them, but I'm not a real technical tolerance guy. So if they're not cracked, they're not scarred or pitted, we could reuse them. if we have to. Yeah, even this one that looked a little better with the gouges, now I'm seeing the big nasty. Big nasty. No good. No bueno. And then the block, of course. Yeah, the cylinder walls look good. Except for that part. And I separated that. I actually made it better. It's no good. It's no good, man. No good, man. Garbage. But got other good stuff here. I don't even know if I'm gonna bother taking this plate off. And it's more work. I don't need work. I want progress. Oh, these are the pistons that came out of the other one. This was the one that the block was seized. The pistons were seized up. I'm gonna talk about real bad. Oof. Oof. And then and it's just weather seized, but you know, just the rust that just eats away. And then this one had a damn chip in the top. So definitely can't use these pistons. And these rings are seized to the inside. So you probably overheated this one too. Here, I'll show you. Here's the block we're working with. And you can see the paint's gone. Oh, that's the plate. It's gone. But yeah, you can see the paint. It's gone. So this one was overheated too, but no damage. Not that I can see. I got, you know, in the other... earlier I showed how the piston walls are clean. So I got 4 junky pistons, a ton of good connecting rod parts, and a block that's going to be the best. And this is all just salt corrosion. I gave it a bath. Still looks bad. But it's... it is what it is. I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it as is. It's basically just surface dirt at this point. It's not blocking any of the channels. You know? So... that one is... who knows? Maybe I'll paint this one. So that's it. That's the block torn down to the root. Brass roots here. This one, we're going to leave this plate. This is garbage. Literally garbage. And it's in my way.